Hey you prodigies, by now you probably know that Joey Drew Studios has released a brand new teaser for the full release of Bendy and the Ink Machine. That includes Chapter 5. So just like we've done in the past for previous teasers, I thought it would be a cool idea to go into analysing this one too. And just to make this video a little bit creepier, I'm currently recording this at 3 AM, which is going to make this totally spoopy. So now all I need is for the doorbell to ring to be completely creeped the heck out. For this video, I want to play the clip through one full time before we go into analysis, because a lot of people have mentioned that in the past, so I figured that I'd try incorporating that feedback in this video. Okay, I'm going to be watching along with you. Let's watch.
If anyone finds this, my name is Henry, and I'm trapped far below Joey Drew Studios, a man I used to work for. There's crazy things happening down here. Monsters, demons, angels. And right now, 2 of them are holding me prisoner. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. But there's more. There's a secret hiding in the shadows. I just feel like I'm being watched. There's something at work here. If anyone finds this, you must not... Hold on. They're coming back.
Okay, so that's pretty much where it ends. Yes, 3 weeks are remaining until the full release of the game, and oh my goodness, that was so disturbing. I think the most disturbing thing about that was hearing Henry's voice as he explains what's going on in the studio. We haven't really heard him express much concern for anything in the studio since like Chapter 1. So Joey Drew Studios are really taking this to that next level. I'm starting to think doing this at 3 AM was not that great an idea. Oh, 3 weeks remain, 3 AM, coincidence? Okay. I think it's time to go into the analysis. What I'm going to do is play the trailer through bit by bit, and I'll see what I can do to interpret what Henry's saying in this audio recording. Okay, let's get started.
If anyone finds this, my name is Henry, and I'm trapped far below Joey Drew Studios.
Okay, so I think this line is very, very important. My name is Henry, and I'm trapped far below Joey Drew's studios. This means that this recording was done during the events of the game, which is super important to distinguish because this could have been taken in the 30 years prior to the events of the game or even earlier than that, kind of like the secret Henry recording in Chapter 3. Then again, I'm getting amnesia vibes from this. How can we be sure that Henry hasn't already been in this situation and we might come across this audio tape as we explore through Chapter 5? It would be so disturbing if he left this message there as a message to anybody, including himself, as a warning to not go deeper into Joey Drew's studio. Some people have tweeted at me saying that this could be one of multiple endings for Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 5, and while I think that is a really, really cool idea, the thing that bothers me is that if Joey Drew Studios is going to release teasers for Chapter 5, why would they spoil the ending to the game that they spent so much hard work and time to create for their fans, us? Failing what I've said before, maybe this is just something that Henry will eventually say in Chapter 5. And I'm personally interested to find out when he'll actually have time to use one of these audio cassettes to record on. Okay, let's continue.
A man I used to work for. There's crazy things happening down here. Monsters, demons, angels.
I like this line because Henry is finally acknowledging that what he's going through is completely abnormal. He doesn't find anything familiar, so that kind of confirms that he didn't know about what the rituals could achieve, or maybe about the rituals at all. Then again, he could be playing dumb, but I don't really see any reason for him to be doing this.
And right now, 2 of them are holding me prisoner. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here.
So he says that 2 of the monsters / angels / demons that he was mentioning earlier are holding him prisoner. So what instantly comes to mind is the Allison Angel and Tom Boris that we see at the end of Chapter 4. Could it be possible that these characters are actually evil characters who capture Henry as a means to achieve some sort of other goal? I feel like this is all coming together now. If Henry is actually talking about Allison Angel and Tom Boris in this tape, then that means that the reason they killed Alice Angel was to prevent her from killing Henry himself. This is huge because maybe Henry really is the person who is going to set everybody free. We have to remember that everyone in the studio just wants to be set free from their inky prisons of a body or their malformed anthropomorphic cartoon figures. Even Sammy Lawrence in Chapter 2 wanted to sacrifice Henry to Bendy. What if Allison Angel and Tom Boris are going to do the same to him? Just because we saw Alice and Angel fighting searchers and lost ones in the Bendy Chapter 5 reveal trailer doesn't necessarily mean she's a good character. We have to also remember that in Chapter 4, the lost ones made it quite clear on the message that they write on the wall in the room where they gather at that no angels are allowed. They clearly dislike angels, and might be the reason why Alice Angel and Alice and Angel primarily hid away from everything in the studio. Oh my gosh, that could be the exact same reason why Alice Angel used Henry as her errand boy in Chapter 3, and perhaps Alice and Angel was using Alice Angel as her errand girl this whole time. There was a line in Chapter 3 where Alice Angel said, "I didn't want to do it, but she made me." Maybe Alice and Angel is the one who's actually orchestrating all of the attacks on the Butcher Gang members to harvest their hearts to keep her perfect. And ultimately, Alice and Angel might be the reason why Alice Angel took our Boris and mutilated him. Okay, my mind is actually racing a lot now, because we also saw that Tom Boris had an animatronic arm, so they've got some knowledge of manipulating their cartoon inky 3D bodies. And perhaps they are using this knowledge to keep Alice and Angel's body intact and perfect, while at the same time starving Alice Angel of keeping her body intact, which is why it keeps on melting, resulting in her imperfection. Whew. That's actually really bone-chilling. On the other hand, it could just be searchers or lost ones that are holding Henry captive, which would be strange because they didn't really come after Henry. I guess searchers did in the past, but searchers didn't really have the power to overcome Henry unless they had large numbers. And even in the largest numbers we've seen so far, say in the secret fights in Chapter 3, Henry's always been able to outsmart them. Okay, I think I'm talking a little bit too much about this now, so let's continue with the clip.
But there's more. There's a secret hiding in the shadows. I just feel like I'm being watched. There's something at work here. If anyone finds this, you must not... Hold on.
Okay, that is huge. That is actually really creepy, because we've all suspected from the very start, from the beta, that somebody has been watching Henry. And I kinda suggested that it might be Joey Drew, but it was really difficult to tell, and it still is really difficult to tell. We've seen in the cracks in the walls that there were footprints leading towards it and away from it. When Chapter 4 came out, I thought that maybe the Lost Ones were following Henry, which is really interesting because I remember somebody tweeted at me that if you manipulate this photo in Photoshop, you'll get something like this. Now, I don't know about you, but I did suspect that there was something in the background there when watching this video, and with this manipulated image, that something looks a lot like one of the Lost Ones, or at least a person in an inky prison of a body. I can definitely see a sign of one of those beady eyes on the left-hand side of its head and that Zoidberg-like mouth that the Lost Ones have. So maybe, in the previous thing that Henry said, where he was captured by two creatures, maybe the Lost Ones did get the better of him. Maybe Alice and Angel couldn't keep Henry captive after all, and the Lost Ones overpowered them. Perhaps that's the reason we don't even see Tom Boris in the trailer at all. Perhaps he got overpowered earlier, or he had to run away to escape, get Alice and Angel out of trouble, and then come back to find Henry. Or something along those lines. But there's something significant about this character that we can see here, because Joey Drew Studios have not done these secret image manipulations in the past. What if that is Henry? What if that is Henry after he made the audio recording and he was listening back over it? What if he did go through all of this, returned to the studio as an inky being, or ended up in a different part of the studio after being in the swirling well of voices, and this is actually a picture of him coming across the audio tape that he made when he was human, meaning that everything in the studio is a recurring nightmare, as if the entire studio itself is an inky prison. That gives me chills. But I'm gonna err on the side of Henry being human still, because there's just not enough evidence to suggest otherwise. For example, the letter would have been sent to a human. Henry's not just bopping along in the real world as an inky being for no reason, and he was definitely outside the studio and came in. Perhaps this is just one of the aimless lost ones who came across Henry's recording after he made it in Chapter 5. Oh my gosh, there's actually so much that I can say about this, but we have to continue.
They're coming back.
That's the part where he says they're coming back, which means the two monsters that captured him are coming back for Henry. Look, I'm always up for surprises, but this really does sound like Alice and Angel and Tom Boris. We can see a sketch on the table. It looks like a mechanical sketch, although not enough of it is revealed for us to be sure. And I can't really tell if that small sketch to the side, on the left-hand side of the tape player, is a cartoon character or part of some kind of machine. It's a little bit difficult to see, but I guess if they showed us everything, then that would take away the mystery. It also sounded like they were opening up a roller door, so they would want to be protected in some kind of safe house, away from the lost ones, and of course, Bendy, the ink demon. Alice and Angel did ask Henry why he is here, kind of like Alice Angel did in Chapter 4. Perhaps that was actually hinting that Alice and Angel was not going to be the great savior that we were expecting all along. Henry's now their prisoner. They want to be set free, and they're going to find out a way to use him to do that. Some prodigies have sent me some really interesting tweets based on this, and I gotta say there's a lot of coincidental things here that just make a lot of sense. Say for instance this one. 3 sets of tapes, 3 sets of boxes. So does this mean the ink demon is hiding audio tapes away from them? Does Henry need some kind of memento from the past in order to break the contract that Joey Drew had formed with the ink demon? Or are these just 3 arbitrary boxes that hold secrets such as audio tapes that will help us understand the story a lot more? It is Chapter 5, so we should expect to get a lot of closure on what we've been seeing so far. This is actually so intense. Prodigies, definitely comment and tweet me your thoughts, and I hope this video helped to expand on how you think. See ya!